What happens when you take the humble Maruti 800, India's beloved city car, and give it a wild dose of ambition? It's a legend for reliability, but no one ever called it fast. So someone decided to turbocharge it. Yes, really. The Maruti 800 is a blank canvas, simple, mechanical, and perfect for tinkering. No computers, just nuts, bolts, and hope. Our goal? Create a pocket rocket, a tiny terror that surprises everyone. Would it work? Would it explode? Only one way to find out. Let the mayhem begin. Before we dive into the world of turbochargers and modifications, let's take a moment to appreciate the car at the heart of this story, the humble Maruti 800. This is the car that defined an era, a true icon of Indian roads, and a symbol of simplicity and reliability for millions of families. Under the hood, the Maruti 800 packs a 796cc, three-cylinder engine that produces a modest 37 horsepower. Weighing in at just 650 kilos, it's incredibly light, making every bit of power count. The dashboard is basic, the gauges are minimal, and everything is designed with function over form. Driving it feels more like piloting a go-kart than a traditional car. Its nimble handling and compact size make it perfect for weaving through city traffic or darting around tight corners. There's a certain charm in its simplicity that modern cars just can't replicate. There's no power steering, no fancy electronics, and no unnecessary frills. What you get is pure, unfiltered driving, just you, the road, and the car. The interior is stripped down to the essentials, reminding you of a time when driving was all about the experience, not the gadgets. The engine is carbureted, not fuel injected, which means it's not only easy to maintain, but also a dream for anyone looking to tinker or modify. Mechanics love it for its simplicity, and enthusiasts see it as a blank canvas for performance upgrades. In a car this light, even a small bump in power feels massive. The acceleration is immediate, and the feedback from the chassis is raw and direct. It's a reminder that you don't need big numbers to have big fun. All the right ingredients are here: a featherweight chassis, a simple engine, and a platform that's just begging for a little excitement. It's the perfect starting point for a project car. Our goal was clear: build a sleeper. We wanted a car that looked completely stock and unassuming on the outside, but had a secret waiting under the hood, a true wolf in sheep's clothing. The little car that could was about to get a whole lot more interesting. With the right tweaks, this unassuming hatchback was ready to surprise everyone and become a legend in its own right. Now comes the part every car enthusiast dreams about: installing the turbocharger. This is where all the planning, late-night research, and greasy hands finally pay off. The anticipation in the garage was electric as we prepared to give the Maruti 800 a serious boost in power. We chose a tiny RHB 31 turbo, a compact powerhouse that's just right for the Maruti's modest engine. Its small size means it spools up quickly, delivering boost without overwhelming the little three-cylinder. It's a favorite among tuners for small displacement engines, and we couldn't wait to see what it could do. Of course, a turbo needs a custom exhaust manifold. Fabricating one for such a cramped engine bay was a challenge. Every millimeter counted. After some trial and error and a few burnt knuckles, we managed to squeeze it in. The fit was tight, but it was solid and ready for action. The carburetor wasn't designed for boost, so we had to get creative. We engineered a sealed box around it, turning the old-school carb into a blow-through setup. This way, the pressurized air from the turbo wouldn't leak out, and the engine could handle the extra power without fuel starvation. To keep intake temperatures down and prevent engine knock, we added an intercooler. Cooler air means denser air, which translates to more power and safer running. Fitting it in the tiny front end was tricky, but the benefits were worth every minute spent. With all the custom piping snaking through the engine bay, things started to look wild. Hoses, clamps, and shiny metal everywhere. Organized chaos that only a true gearhead could appreciate. It was a puzzle, but every piece had its place. To support the extra fuel demands, we upgraded the fuel pump. We also routed fresh oil lines to keep the turbo lubricated and happy. These upgrades are crucial for reliability. After all, more power means more stress on every component. With every bolt tightened and every hose secured, the Maruti 800 was transformed. It was no longer just a humble city car. It was now a unique, turbocharged machine ready to surprise anyone who peeked under the hood. The little car now hid a snail-shaped secret, a turbocharger ready to spool up and deliver a punch far beyond its original design. It was a sleeper in the truest sense. The moment of truth had arrived. Would all our hard work pay off? It was time to fire it up, hit the road, and find out if our turbocharged Maruti would soar or sputter. The excitement was real. The moment of truth, first start. The engine fired up, now with a menacing idle and a faint turbo whistle. On the road, it felt normal, until the boost hit. Suddenly, the car surged forward, transformed from gentle runabout to hyperactive monster. Turbo lag was real, nothing, then everything. The brakes and suspension were overwhelmed, never designed for this power. Every burst of speed was thrilling and risky. The stock engine was under serious stress and tuning was guesswork. Every drive felt like mechanical roulette. But the grin? Unstoppable. The fun didn't last. After all the excitement, the thrill of pushing the limits, and the laughter echoing through the garage, reality came knocking. It was only a matter of time before things took a turn for the worse. Overheating and stress took their toll. The engine finally gave up in a cloud of smoke. The unmistakable smell of burning oil filled the air, and the once lively engine sputtered to a dramatic halt. Everyone stood around, half in shock, half in awe, as the smoke billowed out from under the hood. The head gasket blew, a piston cracked. The little engine that couldn't anymore. The damage was clear. Metal parts warped and broken, a testament to the risks of chasing more power than the engine was ever designed for. Lesson 1. Boost is addictive, but you need stronger internals. Stock parts just aren't built for this kind of abuse. If you want to play with fire, you need to upgrade the foundation. Think forged pistons, stronger rods, and heavy-duty gaskets. Lesson 2. Proper fuel and tuning are essential. It's not just about adding more air. The engine needs the right amount of fuel and precise tuning to survive. Skipping this step is asking for trouble, and the results can be catastrophic. If you want a reliable turbo Maruti, build the engine right and tune it properly. Take your time, use quality parts, and don't cut corners. A careful, methodical approach is the only way to make sure your project doesn't end in disaster. Our experiment, a wild, hilarious ride, and a spectacular failure. But honestly, that's what made it unforgettable. The laughter, the camaraderie, and the lessons learned are worth more than any horsepower number. If you try it, do it right, or be ready for the bang. Don't underestimate the risks, and always respect the limits of your machine. Otherwise, you'll be left with a pile of broken parts and a valuable lesson. Either way, you'll have a story worth telling, one filled with excitement, mishaps, and memories that will last long after the smoke clears.